So a game I've been keeping an eye on here for the last couple years called Prodeus is entering Steam Early Access on November 10th, 2020. Well anyways, in this video I'm going to go over all the different features of Prodeus that we can expect in the Early Access build and all the features we can expect when the full version of Prodeus launches. Hey guys, this is Chris with B&B Gaming. Welcome back, and I hope you're doing amazing today. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video, and thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. Definitely appreciate you guys. Now to start with guys, what exactly is Prodeus? According to the developers, and actually part of the story of this game is the development team, according to what I read, it's either 2, 3, or 4, or now 5 people. I'm not really sure. Anyways, it started with 2 guys. So these 2 guys had this idea for this game, and they actually did a Kickstarter, I think back in May 2019, which was fully funded, and the journey of Prodeus began. Now, according to the website, it says that Prodeus is the first-person shooter of old, reimagined using modern rendering techniques. The gameplay itself resembles that of a classic 1990s first-person shooter such as Doom and Quake. In Prodeus, the player must explore complex levels, sometimes searching out keys to progress, while engaging enemies in fast-paced combat using a variety of weapons. In addition, Prodeus employs a modern games engine to extend the experience of classic shooters with visuals such as dynamic lighting and particle effects, interactive levels, a gore system, and a dynamic soundtrack. Though Prodeus may be played entirely with modern visuals, the game allows players to apply shaders that give the game a pixelated look, simulating resolutions down to 360p and even 216p. Now, Prodeus also has the option to dynamically convert enemy and item models to sprites, further simulating a retro experience. So evidently, if you really like Doom or the original Wolfenstein, you can have that experience in Prodeus. Now, as far as when Prodeus is coming out, they've announced Steam Early Access again on November 10th, 2020. As far as platforms that Prodeus is coming to, obviously it's coming to PC via Steam. It's also been announced for Xbox One, PS4, and even the Nintendo Switch. As far as next-gen consoles, they haven't said anything about that yet. I wouldn't think there's any issue it running on PS5 or Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S or whatever the PS5 digital version is. I don't know. Why do they have to launch 4 consoles? I don't know. Anyways, your next question probably is, when is Prodeus coming out? As I said earlier, it is coming to Steam Early Access on November 10th. And as of this recording, which is September 16, 2020, they're also having a closed beta on Steam right now, which I'm waiting to get into. As far as price goes, they haven't announced a price, but on the Kickstarter page, being a $20 backer would get you a digital copy of the game on PC and console. As far as game modes in Prodeus, they've announced for the early access version anyway, that it's going to have single player and community maps. And now one of the major features of Prodeus that they've been promoting is that it's going to have a full map editor at release. So you're going to be able to go in and browse custom maps from other players, and there's going to be a ranking system for those maps as well. So it sounds like lots of replayability here. Now for the full release of the game, they said it's going to have challenge maps with leaderboards, but they've also confirmed that multiplayer and co-op are planned for the full release. Now, as far as other special features of Prodeus, the first thing to mention is they have a dynamic music system. Along with this, they've also announced that Andrew Hulshult, known for his soundtracks such as Dusk, and also has been announced as being one of the major composers for the new Doom Eternal Ancient Gods expansion. So Andrew Hulshult, from what I could see on Twitter, has been working on this soundtrack for, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. In addition to that, they've also announced that James Paddock is also going to be making MIDI bonus tracks for the game. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited about Prodeus? Is it a game that's going to be on your radar? Are you going to pick it up on early access? Let me know what you think. For me, I've been keeping an eye on Prodeus for a while now, but honestly, I always thought it was just a PC game, and I kept it in the back of my head. It's like, if I'm not doing anything else, maybe I'll check it out. But as I was doing research for this video, it's like, hey, wait a second, they've announced this for Xbox One, PS4, etc., and even the Switch, which is amazing. And the more I've watched the gameplay for Prodeus, it has this retro look to it, but all the shooting mechanics look like something we would get in 2020. So you have running, jumping, I don't know if they're sliding or mantling, but it looks like it's a really fluid FPS experience, but with the retro look. And I could be wrong here, but a thought came to my head, is like, is this Borderlands in a way? Not saying that it's got RPG elements or any of that stuff, but if you go back way back when Borderlands came out, what made that game interesting was that the cel-shaded look allowed that game to be much bigger than it normally would have been. With Prodeus, because it's using the retro look to it, I'm wondering if we're going to get something really special here that we might not be expecting. Overall, it feels like they know what this type of game should be. It should be heavy metal, big, super overpowered weapons, and playing as this big, burly, nasty dude like the Doomslayer or Marcus Phoenix or even the Master Chief that is just OP as hell, and they're just tearing everything up, and enemies are cowering in fear.